Hi, my name's TG Trooper, and with me today is my very good friend Carley-Ann Osborn. Anybody who's seen either my Facebook post or Carly's social media or my social media will know that we work together quite closely. So much so that people think Carly's my wife. Carly's not my wife. Maybe we should just get married and stop all the arguments, but that's
Don't
another...
worry, done for that considering you're already married.
Damn. Right. I know you quite well,
Yeah.
but readers don't. What are things that identify you as a person?
As a person, so first of all, I'm a mum.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a mum of 3 children. My oldest is 14
Mm-hmm.
and my youngest is 8. So all school age children. That is first and foremost my main. I also work in a school. I work with children with educational behavioural needs. I'm also an author. But I do have a passion for history, and I'm actually a qualified archaeologist. I am. I've got 2 degrees, one in archaeology and one in occupational sciences.
Ooh, degrees as scientist.
I am a scientist. I do have BSc after my name.
So, how did you first get into writing?
It was something that I did as a teenager. I'm quite vocal by the fact that I used it almost as to support my mental health as a teenager, and I'll write down short stories, probably lost to a hard drive somewhere in some landfill. I don't know, that computer died a long time ago. But then, adulthood, as you know, gets in the way of it, doesn't it? Life gets in the way. And I stopped for a long, long time. And it wasn't until my children started to get their independence a bit, and they didn't really need me very much. And when my daughter started preschool, I kind of felt the urge to write again. And it was that sort of mental dump, getting it out of your brain into a piece of work. And that's how it all started.
Okay, so this is Carly's first novel, What We Can Be. So, when was it published and what's it about?
So it was first published in 2023. I wrote it in 2020. And it was finally published in 2023. It's about a woman who works in central London, very successful woman. She's a CEO, owns her own company, but she's very emotionally kind of cut off from the world. And she feels like she almost has to put on like a shield of armour in order to face working in a very male-dominated profession, essentially. But she's, as far as she's concerned, she's happy in her life. She's happy having this forefront as a successful person. But then in comes Nathaniel Brooks, who kind of shows her a different way. And I think the inspiration behind that was really my time prior to that, where I kind of almost had to put on a face every day, being a mum, doing school runs and things like that. And I think a lot of not just women, but I think a lot of parents can relate to that. Almost having to be someone that they're not for the sake of their children and society around them. And that's kind of where that came from.
Okay, so that was your first, and your second is called Pretend With Me. And what is that one about?
So this, it's about an actress. She's in her late 30s, but she kind of feels trapped in a life she no longer feels is hers. Her path has gone very away from what she intended it to. But she's very much trapped due to society and social expectations and things like this. And the whole book kind of follows her journey for freedom, essentially, independence, and getting back the life that she feels is hers.
Okay. Where do the ideas come from? You touched on that a little bit.
Little bit.
Where do the ideas come from?
I'm very much inspired by the world around me. Sometimes it can be a song. I can listen to a song and go, oh my goodness, and that will be like a single part of the book. Sometimes it can be like a documentary about something. So my latest book is was inspired by a documentary I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can just be a funny story that someone's told me, and then it's created this whole and the one that I've got coming next was very much inspired by a conversation we had in the car. So yes, it's generally about the world around me, and a lot of what I tend to do is take funny situations that have happened, but then I put like my emotional stance on that, and especially with these two, looking back, I can definitely see that how I was feeling emotionally at the time is very much what is in the books and how they've come across.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty common. People say they know what Ernest Hemingway was going through when he wrote stuff because of what he wrote.
Yes, and
it's natural, isn't it?
It is, and actually some of the feedback that I'm getting from people who have read the book have said that they can relate to the characters, and I think because I'm writing from a very raw place, I think that's why, because lots of people feel the same way I felt at the time. And I think that's why people relate to them quite well.
Having relatable characters is the key. What's been your favourite part in your journey as an author?
My favourite part, it's got to be it's the feedback. I think it's when you especially that first one. Knowing that someone has enjoyed your work, and I've posted about this before. Like I've had a few times when people have not just done a review, but they've emailed me personally and gone, I loved your book because of this, this and this. And those are the best ones. Because, they didn't have to reach out and they didn't have to message me. Yeah. They took the time to do that just because they loved it so much that they wanted to talk to me about it.
Very
I think
it
is very important. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've done a good job.
So what do you least like about being an author?
Oh gosh, that's an easy one. Marketing.
Everybody says that.
Nobody told me. I thought I could publish a book and then I could sit in front of my computer the whole time and just type away and I'll be happy. No.
Yeah.
No. That's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Then you have to get online and you have to market yourself and show the world who you are. Yes, that's definitely the worst part. I've definitely, and you've been with me from the beginning, the struggles I've had, public speaking and, doing lives. I mean, I'm doing lives now, but that was a major thing for me to try and get over. And even public speaking now, you see me, I shake every single time I'm doing public speaking.
You come across as fine, though.
I come across as fine, but you see my hands like this the whole time. It's definitely a journey having to get over those fears that I have of being in front of the camera. Really.
Yeah. All right, you've been quite vocal about inspiring and motivating the next generation of creative thinkers. What is your own motivation behind this project?
So obviously, just quick, the project is that we go into schools, don't we? And we are motivating young children to write their own piece of work without the use of AI. And we publish them in a book, don't we? And we get them to do public speaking, and we get them to... they've been on the radio, haven't they? They've been on the radio, they've been public speaking at our events, and as I say, they're in their own book. And the reason is, it's really our upbringing. When we've had conversations, we have a very similar story, don't we? Where we wrote as young people. I don't want to say children. We wrote as young people, but we didn't really have anyone pushing us and telling us that we can do it.
Yeah, it's what you didn't do.
Yeah.
It was for other people.
Exactly. Yeah, other people did that.
Yeah.
And I wish it was something that I did stick with.
Yeah.
And especially with the new generations we've got now, where we've got AI, and it's so easy to write in a prompt and then it spew out some nonsense.
I've never tried it and I don't want to.
No. So the idea of inspiring that next generation, and the year we've done it this year, and the children, my goodness, how much did they get out of it?
Yeah.
And the parents that we spoke to were just like, my goodness, thank you so much for this.
Didn't realise my child could do this.
Yeah, my goodness. One of the girls, her mum was on the phone, just like, you know, I knew she was a mathematician, I knew that she was a scientist. I had no idea that she could write. And then she won this competition, and I read through it, and I was like, my goodness, my daughter can write.
Yeah, an 11-year-old, wasn't she?
Yeah. And it was, that's why we're doing it. And the idea of sort of getting them to go on the radio and getting them to stand up and do their live readings. If someone was doing that for me at that age, I probably wouldn't have the fears that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't have had to then face them when I'm approaching 40 years old. So to be able to give them that courage and to give them, you know, and allow them to face it now and know that they can do it and know that they're actually pretty good at it. Was actually, and again, I don't want to say names, but the year 10 girl that was on the radio, how confident was she? She was absolutely amazing, wasn't she, on the radio? And it was we were sitting there, and it was almost like I was feeling with pride watching them do it, and I don't know if you felt the same.
I was waiting for her mum to burst into tears.
Yeah, I know, because they were all in the room with us, and we were like, oh my goodness.
It's like having a kitten in the studio. It's just really sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and it was almost sort of like that day we went, right, who are we going to approach next year?
Yeah. So that's something in the works for 2026. Right, speaking about things in the works, what's next for you?
What's next for me? So I have three coming up. I've got a novel, another contemporary romance that is finished. It is currently with an agent. Fingers crossed that's going to get moving soon, but it is a very slow process. I've got another one, a novella, a very short one, bit of a comedy one. It was something that just made me giggle so much that I just felt like I had to write it. That's in the works. That's hopefully going to be out by Christmas. And then I've got my children's book, which I'm actually quite vocal with. I was online yesterday showing people my drawings because I've got the children's picture book that I've got coming up called Quinn the Penguin. And it's a penguin that has, so Where the Cute Newt, my other children's book, was a newt that had autistic traits. This is a penguin that's got ADHD traits.
Okay.
And it's, again, working through and figuring out how they can re-regulate themselves.
So you used your inspirations from the school that you work?
Yes. I mean, when working in a school and working with the children I work with is just so inspirational. You see these children facing these difficulties and being able to not teach them, but show them that their difficulties doesn't have to define them, that they can do the things that they want to do. The amount of children have said to me, I can't do this because of this. Well, you can. And when they achieve it, it's the best feeling. So I'm very much inspired by them. So my children's picture books are very much an ode to them.
Okay, finally, where can people buy your book?
Everywhere. So the novels are available on most online retailers. So they're on Austin Macaulay, they are on Amazon, W. Smith, Waterstones, Barnes & Noble, Target. My goodness, I've lost track of Forbes. I've lost track how many they're on. Worldwide. The Cute Newt is available on Amazon, only on Amazon, and I think the novella and the children's book will only be available on Amazon, but online.
So how many of them are available on Kindle?
Yes, so the novels are on Kindle. So Pretend With Me and What We Can Be, they're both on Kindle.
Okay, there will be links in the description. Thank you very much, Carley-Ann Osborn. Now, before I go, Carly and I both did interviews with Mike Briggs of Central Valley Talks, and it was through him that I got the confidence to start doing these videos. So I was really saddened to hear of his death last week, and so my thoughts go out to his family on what must be a very difficult time. Thank you very much.